Hi friends, we're back again for part 3 of our math lesson covering chapter 10 on length. We did 8 in our last session, so now we're on to question number 9. Let's jump right in. Number 9, tape, we don't know which one yet, is longer than tape A and shorter than tape C. Okay, remember, 2 parts of this problem. Let's get our measuring stick out, which in our case is a paper towel. And let's measure number A. We're going to line it right up, and we're going to make a mark on our towel so we know how long number A is. Now let's look at B. Is B longer than A? Oh, yeah, it's a lot longer. I'm going to put a little circle next to B because it's definitely longer. Is C longer than A? Absolutely. I've got another little circle. What about D? Yep, D is longer. So B, C, and D all qualify as a tape longer than A. But here's the second part of our question. Shorter than tape C. Okay, so let's take another piece of our measuring tape, and we're going to measure tape C. And we need to make sure that the one that we select is shorter, that means smaller than tape C. Okay, let's look at tape, well, we've already eliminated tape A because it's not going to qualify. What about tape B? Is tape B shorter than tape C? Here's where tape C comes in. No, it's not shorter, it's actually longer, okay? So B is out. What about tape D? Is tape D shorter? Here's our mark. There's our mark right there for tape C. It is shorter. We eliminated tape B. C is what we're measuring against, so tape D is our answer. Tape D is longer than A. Is it longer than A? It certainly is. Tape D is longer than A and shorter than C. So there's your answer. Okay? Tape D. Very good. Next question. Number 10. Draw a line that is shorter than the line A. This is line A right here. It starts at this mark and it goes to this mark. So let's draw a dotted line down from line where the end of line A is. And now you can draw any line on here that doesn't cross over here. It does not cross over here. Any line, and it'll be shorter than line A. It could be this long, could be this long, could be all the way up to very close to the end, but still shorter. So there are infinite amount of answers for that question. As long as it doesn't cross this imaginary dotted line, then you will have the right answer. Okay? Let's move on. I'm going to erase these marks so it doesn't show up on my next page. And let's look at question 11, which is kind of a tricky one, but we're going to figure it out together. Okay, which 2 trees have the same height? Now this is tricky because, look at, the trees are not on the same level. They're not in the ground at the same place. So that means these are our units of measure. This is what we're going to use. And we're going to have to start at different points because the trees are in different places. So let's look and see. Take tree number A. This one starts here. You draw, there is an imaginary line. It's hard to see on this projector. And it starts right here. And here's the line where it ends. So that means this tree is this many units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I double check because I sometimes get mixed up on my counting. And because I'm not starting at the very bottom, it's kind of tricky. So I'm going to put a 5 on this tree so I know how many units that measured. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to tree B. See this imaginary line? This is where this tree is going to start its measurement, and it goes all the way up to here. So from here to here. And you could even make a mark on your page if that will help you. I think it might help me because I get mixed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'm going to count again just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to put a 7 on this tree so that I can remember how many that measured. And then I would erase probably this line so that doesn't get confusing as well. Let's look at tree C. Tree C comes in down here, so it's going to start right here and goes, you can see the dotted line comes across here, and this is the end of the measurement right here. So now let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to count it again just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, I'm going to put a 6 in that tree. Now I'm going to erase these marks so I don't get confused with tree D. Bring tree D over that line starts right here, okay? And then the top of it is here, and you can see the dots, and they go all the way to here. Now let's count those units of measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more time, just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put a 7 in there. Okay, let's look at our question again. Which two trees have the same height? That means they measure the same units of measure. 5 and 7, 5 and 6, where are the two that have the same? It's B and D, isn't it? Because they both measure 7 units. So we're going to write in here tree B and tree D have the same height. And we know because we measured each one of them. Okay? Very good. Let's move on to the next one. I need my eraser. Let's erase this so we don't get confused. And here is number 12. Oh, it's not all the way on there, is it? Number 12. Put the arrows in order from shortest to longest. Okay, we have our trusty paper towel measuring tape. We need to know which one is the shortest to go from in order of shortest to the longest. They want the shortest to be first and the longest to be last. So let's measure tape A. Let's get one that doesn't have marks on it so we don't get confused. Here it is. Tape A. That's how long tape A is. So we're going to try and find the shortest one because that's going to be the first one. Let's start with the first one. So let's see. Is B shorter than A? No, in fact, it's quite a bit longer. Is C shorter than A? Look at that. It is shorter. It's about this much shorter. So C is the shortest. This says shortest. We're going to put C in the shortest one. So now we need to know which one's the next shortest. Okay, so here we have our measurement for measurement A, and we're working with A and B because those are the only two lines left. Is A shorter than B? It sure is. It's a lot shorter. So A comes next because that's the next shortest. We're going to put A in there, and then by default, B is in here. So that is the answer. That's how you measure shortest to longest. And we started with shortest number 1. Next shortest was A. We put that in the second position. And B is the longest of the 3. Okay? Good. Now don't forget, if this went too fast, you can always pause the video, go back again, and check it out again if it went too quickly and you need some more time to think. In the meantime, kiss your brain. Because this stuff is hard, okay? See you next time.